Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Lucifer Season 5, Episode 14, Nothing Lasts Forever, which is not a title that I like. I'm stressed. Lucifer wants to be God, and I think it all comes down to, for me, what it actually entails being God, because I think he wouldn't be the worst person for the job, but it's not. He loves to be among the people. He should be with Chloe. He's actually just told Chloe he's all in, and if the next day, by the way, I'm going to go become God now, bye. I think he's got a lot to work through, and this seems like another kind of way of, or if I become God, then not only do I prove, or does he think actually if he becomes God, he can prove he's good enough for Chloe because he's the greatest guy ever? Maybe that's the reasoning there, or maybe he just thinks that's a way he can never have to worry about anything like emotions or anything because he'll just be God. I'm stressed. I'm a reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon. You get the 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance. So I believe they will all, yeah, so if you are watching this on YouTube, all of the unedited reactions are currently up on my Patreon. But let's go.
So your dad's gonna retire and he chose you to replace him?
Well, not in so many words.
He chose himself.
Secret, so it's all
But why you?
because I would be a much better God than my father.
I mean, I think you would.
But why would you?
This is going to be great, detective.
No, the why matters, especially if you're in a relationship you discuss.
Hunger satiated. Hangovers never should have existed in the first place.
I mean, if God could literally stop war and world hunger, 10 out of 10, we need Lucifer.
For us. Yeah.
Well, it won't change a thing. In fact,
Lucifer.
things will only get better. I'll become omniscient. It's a good thing. Trust me.
It's a big deal.
I do.
Is the body in with the sharks?
Imagine being ripped apart by a shark.
No.
Sheer terror of it all.
You never cease to amaze me, Ella. I mean, even the darkest, most morbid stuff gets you excited, and that's because you know that all this work's gonna help somebody.
Oh, Ella.
Sharks. One of Earth's most misunderstood.
No, you're not dark, sweetheart. And even if you have darkness inside you, which everyone does to a degree, you choose the light.
Hoping the sharks would hide the murder?
They should have known we'd smell something fishy.
Aw, dad joke.
Dan enjoyed that.
Practicing.
We've located all of our pieces except for our
He's practicing because he's going to be his dad.
Oceans wouldn't need saving if my father hadn't been slacking. When I'm God, I know the answers to all your questions. No more asking useless people like Lizzie here.
God yet. So
Father's back.
Really? Oh, God.
Hey, Gabriel.
Oh, I'm in a deal.
Who invited the devil to our gathering of angels?
Oh, stop being obnoxious.
Kill. Still taking your angel of righteousness role too seriously, I see.
Were you off planning your retirement?
Oh, I should do that.
Oh, Dad, I'm in a deal.
Well, actually, it's not
Oh.
going to be a deal. It's going to be the handsomest of us all.
And Job a deal?
No, not handover deal. It's going to be me.
How can that be? Of all the angels that are worthy
Who
enough
is
to
more
be-
qualified than me? Good point. I ran hell for millennia.
Father, this is your choice.
He's your brother.
Theirs.
And he's so into the role.
hearing this, his godlike wife didn't have time for him.
God, you say? Which one of these retirement homes do you think that your
Oh.
godlike wife would enjoy the most?
She's dead.
Golden Oldies has the best salad bar, but you can't beat Big Sleep.
She's never going to make it that old.
What are you?
Having us all is the worst. But isn't that what you wanted?
Yeah, until I.
Maybe you could focus on what you do have instead of what you don't.
Eve.
Not
Linda's going to die of him.
where I can never go.
We've got a soul now.
I know how they're gonna torture me.
Oh, Maze.
I gotta go fix this.
Maze. You wear the mother's ring.
If we get him to sell us one of his deliciously illegal meats, then voila.
Maybe don't shout detective across the restaurant at her.
It's like a sting date combo. Time just let you.
Son,
And your dad. Chloe.
Oh, gosh.
And my mom.
Lucifer, you're trying to set them up. You need to talk to Chloe about things before you rush into them.
Your name is?
you can call me God.
Free. Godfrey is his name.
Yeah, I thought you two would get it. Dad is retiring and
Totally supportive of each other. What, you don't agree?
Oh, gosh.
Well, he was
support your career.
And you're saying that's my fault?
Children, they blame us for everything.
Sometimes it's their fault.
As if we created the...
Lucifer, Chloe needed a heads up. Oh, that's going to get rid of her soul if she starts murdering puppies.
Maze, when Lucifer becomes God, you can just ask him for help.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Lucifer's. Yeah, that's right.
What?
Yeah, okay.
No. No, Maze, what are you doing? Maze?
Didn't have enough time for her. Maybe she was right.
You didn't do a very good job of being God either.
Our waiter's behavior, he had no idea we had such an important guest.
That's quite all right.
Miss Decker, I'm a huge fan. Athea, Queen of the Quarks.
Said you were vegan, right? Mm-hmm. Sure you want to eat panda?
Panda?
Jeremy Morgan, you're under.
I'm sure Pete.
Really vivid things.
Intrusive thoughts,
Which
sweetheart.
car would hit him first? The position his body would land on the ground.
Your job is medical examining. Forensic examining, sorry.
It would take him to bleed out.
That's what you do for a living. You know all of that stuff.
Helping him wasn't my first thought. Or my second. Or my third.
The fact that that's
How messed
worrying
up is
you.
that?
Sure it's not.
Ella,
I've been this way my entire life. I've hidden it from everyone.
Ella, intrusive thoughts.
Dan, Chloe.
She was, but she wasn't trying to stop me. She was trying to sell me some of her fish.
Ooh.
Conservationist Bruno.
I'm just going to call him. Excuse me, detective.
Lucifer. You're already not having a work-life balance.
Making plans? You know what I mean?
You mean someone who's trying to get rid of me?
I am trying to
After what you did to him?
transition as smooth as possible.
He's delegating. One of the many requirements of your job.
You
Have my reservations, but
did a shit job.
Lucifer's come a long way.
How much worse could he do?
He does his best.
He'll
when
do
you have
better.
faith in him. I'm glad you're back, Dad.
No.
Really enjoying spending this kind of time.
He's not apologised once. Or acknowledged wrongdoing.
I feel fine.
When was the first time that you noticed a problem?
Michael, is Michael doing this to him?
Not right away, but the more we talk
Michael
about it,
controls
I
fears.
realized I was.
It's Michael, he wants you to pick him. What? God, what a small-minded person. You can't
Seem like a very fair fight.
take losing.
Up, shall we?
She was putting the money back into the aquarium to save the fish. Place was in dire straits without the 47K. The aquarium.
But what about the money woman?
Sacrifice.
Yes, but which female employee would have motive to kill Luna?
The money lady.
Maybe I shouldn't have kept my promise.
It's okay. Lucifer, I get it. You were just trying to protect me from having to face how
Oh.
little I meant to her. I want you to change who can sit on the throne.
Father said hell no longer needed a
Ooh. Maze. You deserve better than hell. You've
Think
grown.
of anyone I would trust more without
If it's truly what you want, I support you, but I don't know that it is.
I was thinking Maz a queen. Whatever.
I'm glad they're back.
Everyone has darkness in them. It's not about getting rid of it. It's about accepting it.
And choosing the light, which you do every day.
Mine's different. Deeper.
You, Miss Lopez, shine so very, very brightly.
She does.
I can see it all the way from heaven.
And Lucifer's taking his place.
Makes an odd amount of sense.
He's now so cool with it all.
But if it's any comfort, Lucifer's crazy about you. And you know that. And you're crazy about him. So I think you should just trust that whatever challenges life throws at you.
Damn, I love you.
Just a fish. If I could move it on my own, I would.
You're asking us to move a shark. I'm
Huh.
sorry, lady, but we gotta go.
They free Willy.
The shark's name is Andrew. I'm sorry, but unless you didn't mean to kill her.
I just stabbed her.
About what she was doing.
I need you to do me a favor.
Ooh, what is the favour?
For his stern.
He died. I'm sorry.
Chloe had no way of knowing.
And I'd give anything to have another chance at being a supporting partner.
So now Chloe's going to support Lucifer becoming God. Aww.
I hear you.
Anyway.
Is their mum here? Really? In Charlotte's body? Why does she still look like Charlotte?
Understand that now that you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find it nearly as difficult as you made it out to be.
Or I don't get to become God and prove that I'm worthy.
Lucifer, you're worthy regardless of being God, and actually turning it down will make you worthy.
Here, together. You're just gonna leave us again?
It's never about their kids. Exactly.
Without any
Literally never about the kids. It was just about what they wanted.
Dad, a word, please.
You've literally come back into your kid's life, made them care about you again, and now you're fucking off. I don't like you.
You've only just got here.
Lucifer, you deserve better.
Stay and annoy me, that's it. I've got no choice in the matter.
I've given you a life of choice.
No, you haven't. You literally cast him into hell. And now he's here.
I could have been a better father to you.
Thank you. Saying this right now when you don't have a time.
Forgo your mysterious ways.
I love you, son.
Lucifer.
And I'm very proud of the man you've become.
In spite of you. Lucifer. So is he claiming that because he was God he couldn't emote? Because then Lucifer definitely shouldn't become a god.
You'll figure it out.
Well, who's it up to?
Mysterious ways already.
All part of my plan.
So you're actually leaving with no idea that the world's going to be in a safe pair of hands. This is Michael's plan. Michael has exactly what he wants. Brothers.
How you holding up?
I'm glad he called.
I'm quitting the LAPD.
No, you're not.
Sorry. Sorry, I thought I heard you say you were quitting the LA.
No, you're not, Chloe.
I can help you become God. Then I'll be helping everyone as well.
Chloe.
How can I call you the detective if you're not actually a detective?
Now it's my turn to support you.
That is very sweet. But maybe we could make sure it wasn't possible the way it is unless she truly is happy with this.
I'll take that as a yes.
I do love them. What's going to go horribly wrong? There are 2 episodes left.
Lucifer!
Here we go.
Gathering support from the others.
Support for what?
Becoming God.
Wants to be God.
He would be the worst. A bitter, jealous.
If it's up to our brothers and sisters, Lucifer may not like you. They hate Michael even more.
Now there's a ringing endorsement for the campaign poster.
This is awful. This is terrible. So everything is going terribly at the moment. Michael having the blade is one of the worst things that I can imagine right now. He's going to definitely want to kill Lucifer. He might try and kill Amenadiel, but no one is safe now. So God is finally gone, which I am very pleased with. He was a useless God. Look at the state of the world right now. He was a useless father. Look at the mess he has caused in his children. And even, like, I get that their mother, like, that's her universe, she can't leave it. And I get that it makes him happy being with her. But at the end of the day, he picked that over his kids, which shows that the only reason he came down was because he needed help. It wasn't because he cared. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't care, because I believe he does love them, but they were never his first priority, ever. Not even his second or his third. So God's gone, fuck off. I don't miss him. Very well acted, but I don't miss him. The only thing I'm pleased with is that he told May she was growing a soul, and that he was there for Ella. That is literally all he did was good. Though I did enjoy the scene where he told Lucifer he loved him, because Lucifer needed that for his own healing. where to start. So Ella, feeling as though she has this darkness within her and she can't cope with it. Now, I don't experience thoughts along the lines of her at all. I don't experience that kind of intrusive thoughts, but I think a lot of people do have kind of intrusive thoughts, and they don't act on them. It doesn't define who they are. But as with a lot of things, sometimes you might have a thought that isn't very kind, and as long as you don't then act on that thought, say it out loud, that's what matters. I think part of why Ella would have imagined, oh, when he hits the cars, it's because her job, the thing that she's been using as her coping mechanism, and the thing that she is so good at, is to figure out how people died, what caused it, and that kind of thing. So that being said, of course she's going to have that kind of thought. Now, if she says she's had that exact kind of thought her entire life, I imagine she's always been somewhat interested in this field of work, so she probably would have been interested in that. I think she's had some bad experiences that have made her believe she's this kind of irredeemable person, but I hope that talking with God, who she doesn't really think is God, will help her see that the light is very bright, and it is. The thing is, if she looks throughout her entire life, she has every time chosen to act against any dark impulses she has. She has chosen time and again to be good. When she figured out who Pete was, she wasn't like, yeah, serial killer boyfriend. She was horrified and wanted to turn him in. So that is what Ella has to try and cling to, is that she may have darkness in her, but the lightness in her is pretty damn bright. And I hope that we're going to kind of see her getting to that point over the next couple of episodes. Oh, where else to go next? I'm just losing my mind. Maze wants to become Queen of Hell. Now, I truly think she would be brilliant for that job. If that is really what she wants, she would be a phenomenal Queen of Hell. But I also think Maze has grown a lot since season 1. I think the fact that she's grown a soul and cares for Eve, I think just choosing to become Queen of Hell is almost choosing the easy option. It's not opening herself up to fear. It's not opening herself up to the uncertainty of everything. It's like she kind of wanted a soul but doesn't want the reality of the soul, which I get, you know, it's terrifying. Dan is still struggling with the concept of going to hell. Everyone would. So I think I get why she's feeling that way, and I think she would be a very good Queen of Hell, but I also think that maybe she deserves just something different to that. Hell is not a pleasant place. Lucifer didn't enjoy his time down there. I know she used to, but that stopped being what she wanted. So I really do hope that she is able to choose a different path, and a path that gives her Eve. And if she's only just got the soul now, then who's to say that her fresh soul is tainted by any of the past stuff, because she didn't have a soul then. Chloe and Lucifer. It's definitely interesting because obviously becoming God is a very big scale. It would drastically change everything. Now, I'm never a big proponent of anybody giving up their career for a partner, but I think if it is a measured choice, if it is something that you truly choose to believe in, then it can work out. Lucifer was not expecting that of her. Lucifer enjoys doing the cases with her. I don't know that he wants her to quit her job, but at the same time I can see where she's coming from, in that she wanted to join the LAPD partly to sort of honour her dad, but to do good, to right wrongs, and as like a right hand of God, she could do so much good. I can see that that wouldn't be a huge sacrifice in that regard, but it would be a sacrifice. What would you say to Trixie about what she was doing? I think they both should put in a little bit more thought into this whole thing. Like maybe even she should stay at the LAPD until he's been God for a year and they figured out that there are problems and that he's not got enough time, but they'd have more time for each other and she would be able to do more good if they were together. I think, you know, we don't need to rush into any of this. Michael, of course, is lurking everywhere, and I love the fact that God was just as powerful as ever, but Michael had been gaslighting him. Michael had been convincing him, because he's so good at what do you fear, that he was losing it and that he was losing his powers, and so their dad was self-actualizing that he'd lost his powers. Now Michael is possibly the worst person to become God, because he's not only is he sort of a judgmental, not caring bastard like their dad was, he is bitter and jealous and petty, and I do not think it would be good for the universe to have him in charge. I would be looking for a portal to the Centaur universe of their mother, ASAP. I am hopeful, though, it's not going to end that way. I'm actually now starting to wonder if the show is going to end with Lucifer becoming God, like this season. I kind of, when it was first suggested, just dismissed it as like an actual thing that would happen. So now I'm intrigued about where the show is going to go next. And I don't know how, I mean, would season 6 be with Lucifer as God, or is someone else going to be chosen as God? Is the mantle of God going to be split among various people? Because why should it be one person? Why couldn't it be a democracy? Or, well, not even a democracy, but just a council, at least more than one thought. I'm intrigued. I'm stressed. Michael is back in the picture. I had not missed him. Gabriel is working with him. He's got the blade that can kill angels. Everything is stressful. A reminder that, as always, you can find the unedited version of these reactions and all of my reactions on my Patreon. You get those 2 weeks in advance, the edited versions 1 week in advance. And thank you so much for watching.